Good morning all of you. In the last class, we have studied about optical sources as well as optical detectors. We also discussed the optical detectors are two types. One is pin detector, another one is avalanche photodetector, and we tried to differentiate the pin photodiode from the avalanche photodiode, as well as we have discussed the characteristics also. Today we will continue the lecture with another topic, that is receiver or optical receivers, okay, or fundamental optical receiver operation. So if you see here, the design of optical receiver is complicated than the design of a transmitter, okay. So in that the receiver must detect the weak signals, distorted signals, okay, and then decide what type of data was sent depending on the amplified version of the distorted signal. What the receiver should do, it should detect the weak signals, it should detect the distorted signals, and later it should decide whether the received signal is above the threshold voltage or not, okay. In digital signal transmission, the transmitted signal is in the form of a binary data stream. That means it consists of all ones and zeros, okay, with a time period or a bit period of TB. Okay. The simplest technique for sending binary data is ASK. ASK means already you have studied in the previous courses, that is amplitude shift keying. Where a voltage level is switched between 0 and 1, or on-off voltages or on-off levels, okay. The resultant signal wave consists of a voltage pulse of amplitude V when a binary 1 occurs, and a 0 voltage level space when a binary 0 occurs, okay. So when the voltage level occurs when the bit 1 is received, no voltage occurs when bit 0 is received. You can see the digital signal transmission as well as the reception also. You can see here, so electric input pulses are applied, okay. So that is this binary values, zeros and ones, to the optical sources, that is it may be LED or it may be a laser, okay. So this information is converted into optical power pulses, okay, and they are transmitted in the form of light into the optical fiber cable. So what is happening at the outside the optical fiber cable, okay. So some part is got attenuated or distorted, some part of the output waveform get attenuated or distorted and applied to the photodetector. What is that photodetector? It may be pin diode or avalanche photodiode, which converts the falling light falling on it into corresponding electrical pulses or electric current, okay. So here the distorted wave is applied here, and if you see the avalanche photodiode or pin diode, some noise levels are being added from the detector. If it is avalanche photodiode, means the noise levels are more, okay. So here the amplifier and the filters are used to remove the noises, okay, and a decision circuit is preferred here, whether the received as well as amplified version of the information signal is above the threshold value, okay, or not. So for that a decision circuit is provided at the after the amplifier and filter block, okay. So what it will do, it will regenerate the output voltages, above the threshold level, and given to the signal processing equipment. Okay, this is what is the digital signal transmission that is occurring in the digital optical fiber link. You can see here an electric current I of t can be used to modulate directly optical source to produce an optical power Pt. Some theory is there here. In optical signal emerging from the transmitter, logic 1 is represented by light pulse with some duration, say Tb, whereas logic 0 is nothing but absence of light. When the logic 0 is arrived, means there is no light. No light will be transmitted along the optical fiber cable. Okay, so when the logic 1 appears to the input of LED, LED will glow. The light will radiate into the core of the optical fiber. When logic 0 is appeared to the input of the optical source, that is LED or laser, what happens? No light will be generated from the LED or laser, so no light will be transmitted through the optical fiber cable. The optical signal gets coupled from the light source to the fiber, may become attenuated or distorted as it propagates along the optical fiber. Okay, this is what we have discussed. Okay, so upon reaching the receiver, what happens? As I said, the PIN diode or APD, avalanche photodiode, converts the optical signal back into the electrical pulses or electrical signal. Okay, so after that, the decision circuit, what it will do? It will compare the amplified version of the signal every time, okay, with the threshold level. With the threshold level. If the received signal is greater than the threshold level, logic 1 is said to have been received. Okay. So if the voltage is below the threshold level, then logic 0 is assumed to be received. Logic 0 is assumed to be received. But there might be a confusion. When the noise level is added in the absence of light, means noise level is misinterpreted as logic 1. Noise level may be misinterpreted as logic 1 and may be treated as logic 1 or information signal, which may lead to some errors. Okay. So the next topic is error sources. Okay, errors in the detection mechanism may arise from various sources. Okay, that means it may be noise or disturbance associated with the signal detection system. Okay, generally most common samples of fluctuations are two types of noises existing are. One is short noise, another one is thermal noise. One is short noise, another one is thermal noise. What is short noise? Short noise arises in the electronic device because of discrete nature of the current flow. Because of discrete random nature of the current flow. Then what is thermal noise? It arises from the random motion of the electrons in a conductor. Random motion of the electrons in a conductor. So these two noises may be misinterpreted as logic 1 in the absence of light. So the random arrival rate of the signal photons produces quantum noise at photodetector. Produces quantum of noise at the photodetector. This noise depends upon the signal level. Okay. So this noise is of particular importance for PIN receiver or PIN detector that have large optical input levels and also for APD detectors or APD receivers. When using an APD, avalanche photodiode, additional short noise may arise. Additional short noise may arise because in APDs are operated with large reverse voltage. So noise levels may be higher compared to the output of the noise levels produced by the PIN diode. Okay. You can see the error sources here. So quantum noise, so photo detection, that is the quantum noise. Okay, the next one is a noise erased in the photo detector. Okay, that is short noise, and noise erased due to bias resistor, that is thermal noise, and noise erased in the amplifier, we call it as amplifier noise. So one is quantum noise, short noise, thermal noise, amplifier noise. Okay, so if you see the receiver configuration, there are three basic stages of the receiver. If you see the receiver configuration, there are three basic stages of the receiver. One is photo detector, one is amplifier, another one is equalizer. Okay, photo detector can be either APD or pin diode, which already we have known, already we studied. The photodiode has a quantum efficiency and also internal diffusion capacitance. The detector bias resistor has a resistance RB, due to which thermal noise may be generated. Due to which thermal noise may be generated. You can see the receiver configuration. The first part, is the photo detector with biasing resistor, say RB. The second part is the amplifier, and the third one is the equalizer. The performance of the digital receiver is evaluated by measuring the probability of error and quantum limit. The performance of the digital receiver is evaluated by measuring the probability of error and also quantum limit. So probability of error gives the number of errors occurred due to the noise sources. The number of errors occurred due to the noise sources. While quantum limit, what is quantum limit? It is the minimum received power. It is the minimum received power level at the input of the photo detector. It is the minimum input power received at the input of the photo detector. So there are actually many ways to measure the probability of error. Okay, probability of error, but we use generally bit error rate, BER, bit error rate, to measure the probability of error. What is bit error rate? What is meant by bit error rate, BER? It is the ratio of number of errors occurring over a certain time interval, say T, okay, to the number of pulses being transmitted during the particular time period, say T. What is meant by bit error rate? It is the ratio of number of errors occurring over a time interval, say T, to the total number of pulses being transmitted in the particular interval, say T. Or you can say NE by NT, number of errors by total number of pulses transmitted. Or you can say BER equal to PE of Q. It is 1 by root pi with a given relation, integral Q by root 2 to the infinity e power minus x square dx, where Q is nothing but V by 2 sigma. So where sigma is the RMS noise and V by sigma is the peak signal to RMS noise ratio. The minimum number of photons, that is we have discussed about bit error rate. The next one is quantum limit. Quantum limit means the minimum number of photons that are required per bit at a specified bit error rate is called quantum limit. Okay, so how many number of photons are required to generate, the optical power? How many number of photons are required to generate the optical power? Okay, to generate the electrical power, okay, so is called as a quantum limit. So we have already discussed when we are discussing about the working of PIN as well as APDs. Okay, we came to know that the quantum efficiency is depending upon number of electron hole pairs created, number of electrons and holes created. Okay, so the same thing is repeated here. The minimum number of photons that are required to generate the pulse at the pin diode or APD is called as quantum limit. If an optical pulse of energy E falls on a photodetector, what happens in a time interval say t, then it can also be interpreted by the receiver as zero pulse. Yes or no? You can see, say this is the optical detector, say APD. Actually from the fiber, from the transmitter, actually what we have done, what we have transmitted is, we have transmitted 0 bit. Okay, so for 0 bit, if it is LED or laser, it will not emit any light. But in the fiber, in the optical fiber, okay, some external noise are being added, and also at the avalanche photodetector, due to some noise levels, okay, the overall noise at the input of the APD, okay, is almost very high, okay, and this signal may be misinterpreted as logic 1, and due to which when the light falls on it, it may generate the current pulse. Okay, so if no electron hole pairs are generated, generally probability n equal to 0 electrons are emitted, that we know actually. Okay, if no electron hole pairs are created, then probability that n equal to 0 electrons are emitted in a particular time interval, okay, which is generally written as P of 0 equal to e power minus n, capital N, okay, where average number of electron hole pairs, that is n, equal to neta e by h mu. Okay, so like this we can estimate the probability of error when or depending upon the number of electron hole pairs created. Okay, fine. So in the next class we will come with a new interesting topic. Okay, thank you.